kila familia amepoteza mmoja wao, na uchungu ile iko ndani mwao itadumu. Lakini tukisaidia kuleta hawa kusahau na kufanya mambo mengine, pia pato kuna wale ambaye wako nje, tutawafanyia nini ili waweze kupatili?
We ask God for peace, and we also to forgive our enemies, and we also continue with our Christianity.
In the beautiful and winding hills of Kerio Valley live a resilient community of herders who have chosen a rare path, a path of transformation.
Heri tutuombe kiti ende kwa roho, tukae na Mungu na tutapona, Mungu ataona watu.
Hii area hii nataka Kerio kuweka kulima na amani na watu ya market kuja kutukutana kwa pande ya Kerio sasa.
This is the story of courage, hope, and the relentless pursuit of peace. At the forefront of this journey are the leaders, the visionary architects of change, whose indefatigable commitment and tireless efforts have ignited a flame of hope in the hearts of their communities.
So we want to say that we are really honored as a county to have this entire team come to Elgeyo Marakwet on a long-term engagement to transform people from body, soul, and even the economic situation of our people and socio-economic well-being of our people. So I want to tell them that they have our blessings. The area is already changing towards the best, and this initiative is going to be a life-changing initiative that will be remembered forever by all communities living down the valley, to have been engineered by the Baptist Church, Parklands Baptist Church, and will lead to long-lasting peace. No gun will ever be heard in that valley because of this initiative that touches the people directly, where you talk to communities, you don't harass them, it's only to speak to them to ensure that they get to know God, and also they get to know that there is no value in killing each other. There is a lot of other better things outside there that can be able to help our community. So we are really humble as a county, and as a leader of this region, I really don't take this for granted.
These leaders from diverse backgrounds come together, driven by a shared vision of a better tomorrow.
Watu wakizungumzia amani, wanazungumzia na utani. Let me tell you, wanaiweka siasa ndani, kwa sababu wanasema amani mchana, alafu usiku wanasingizia vita. But what is true amani? True amani ni kwamba unaweza kuishi kwako, unaweza kutembea kwa mwingine, unaweza kuoa pande nyingine, na unaweza kukaa kwa amani, ulale kwako na hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza kushurutisha. Mimi nilisema hata tukijengea watu mabarabara na hakuna amani, hakuna mtu ulala kwa barabara. Peace is even more important than the cost of fuel. Peace is more important than the cost of unga. Because if you have unga and you have no peace, you can't eat in peace. But if you have peace, you can even sleep hungry. Because akili yako haina wasiwasi.
Their journey is marked by challenges and triumphs, setbacks and breakthroughs. But through it all, they remain steadfast in their commitment to change, to growth, and to the belief that a brighter future is possible.
If these guys can be encouraged to go to school, and I know if we can have schools where they can find food, all of them will go to school. And the government now enforce those guys who still want to use the children to look after the house, to enforce them to school. That will be the end of the story. In the next 10 years, we shall not have a problem. Because this thing has been perennial, but we need to tackle that way. 60 years after independence is too long time. To have people 85%, you know, it's primitive for our country to have a community having that. Of course, we are also blaming the entire leadership, even the leadership of the region. But what about the government itself? You know, So that is a situation. But I know, I have faith that we shall have, our people will agree and have peace.
It is they who have done most of the work to convince the herders to embark on this transformative journey, guiding them through and assuring them that new possibilities exist in the uncharted territory towards a brighter tomorrow.
The mind is where the problem is. It's not about the gun. The mind is the problem. When we disarm this mind, to think even of having a fishbone, to think even of having a circle that can give them money, to think even about changing the breeds that we have in that community, because the goats that we have don't catch money in the market. The cows are still the small type. So when we deal with their minds, I'm very sure that is a sure way of dealing with this thing of cat rustling. The gun is there, and once the mind is changed, even this thing will be useless in the house, and in some time they will just surrender it to the government and to the authorities.
This is their story. This is the journey of the distinguished men and women whose transformative role and effort may never be celebrated, yet it's core into the building blocks of lasting peace in the North Rift and beyond.
Kazi ya amani katika upande hiyo si kazi rahisi. Nakumbuka mara ya kwanza tukifanya baseline survey, tukijaribu tu kufanya what we call courtesy calls, wananchi watujue. That environment was very wild. Unakumbuka unataramuka Turkana, hukutaka kujiintroduce kama wewe ni Mpokot, hata kama unafanya kazi ya amani. Unaenda upande wa Pokot, hata wa Pokot wenyewe kuona mwenye ako na long hawataki kufunguka vile. So tukaanza kujadiliana maneno ya amani, na ile shida inasumbua watu upande ile ni ng'ombe tu. Ni hali ya kimaisha. Najua mtu akisaliwa anaonana na ng'ombe, anaonana na mbuzi tangu utoto yake mpaka saa hii, ni kazi kubwa.
And so that's why I'm passionate about how can I use the network that I have to bring back to them, to come and tell them what happens beyond the boundaries of their communities, because we are like a trough. Kerio Valley is like a trough with River Kerio running in between. On this other side is Cherangany Forest, Embobut Forest, and then on the other side is the Tiati Hill. We mirror each other and just kill each other. We don't know what's happening on the other side. Beyond the other side, people are doing well in the Kabarnet area. Beyond the other side, you'll find people are doing well in the Kitale side, while we are just here thinking, you know, in our own world. And so Love Embrace, we are so grateful that such a program, to me, I feel that God has answered the prayers and the tears of those people in the Kerio Valley.
Peace is not just the absence of conflict. It is the presence of justice, equality, and opportunity for all. Bound by sheer faith, the leaders appreciate that the region's potential and possibilities stand at a crossroads. The challenges we face are great, but so too are the opportunities. Together, we know they are ready to forge a path towards peace, prosperity, and unity.
Wacha Mungu afungue vile tuko, na we are ready to go, tuangalie vile tunaweza saidia hawa. Mimi nilikuwa mjumbe zamani for 10 years, but I was passionate about peace. I managed to get very little. Sisi ndio to develop maneno ya CDF, lakini it was implemented wakati wa sisi ni 8th parliament. Watu wa 9th parliament ndio wakakuja kumalizia. Ndio unaona maendeleo yako kidogo.
We cannot afford to remain stagnant in the face of adversity. It is time to rise above the perceived and real differences and work towards a common goal. We must work together to build bridges of understanding and reconciliation. Our differences should unite us, not divide us.
With this team that we have today, these are the people who can bring change to this North Rift menace. If we can tap their potentials, we find a way of trying to understand how they want us to approach them, and also a way In fact, some of them were saying, I have met my friend I've been fighting with for the first time. They have never met. So this one, bringing them together, was the best solution that can save this community.
It's time for the journey to show lasting results and the gains to be consolidated. Our efforts have been endless, sacrificial, and most of the times uncelebrated. Yet we hold on to faith that a better tomorrow, with peaceful communities enjoying every amenities and investments that support lasting peace and spur development, is possible.
Tungekuwa hatuna amani Makueni, hamungekuja. Tungekuwa tunapigana, mungekuja kweli? Ndio kwa sababu mimi nasema watu wapate nafasi watembee nchi yote, kwa sababu kuna kitu kiko Samburu akiko Makueni. Watu wengi hawajui kwamba inaitwa nini, windmill, the biggest windmill project iko Samburu. It's in Samburu County. Ndio inatupatia stima. Maembe yale mazuri mengi yanatoka Makueni. Kuna kitu ambacho kila mtu anaweza kujifunza.
We have seen that it's possible to start small. But with determination and hard work, we've built a thriving business that benefits and transforms the community. The farms we have visited is a testament to what is possible when we invest in sustainable agriculture.
Given they are blessed with sun, a lot of sun there are people who do sun drying. They can do sun drying of the fish to increase the shelf life of the fish to stay a bit longer. If they don't market, but also if that includes even value adding. A kg of fresh fish cannot be sold the same as a dried fish. So like they'll add, by drying it means they'll add value and get more income. And then they can use dryers like the one that we'll see of drying different things. So if they get help, if they are able to, they can have that machine and then they can be able to dry and smoke different fish to increase the shelf life, and they can wait. Sometimes the market fluctuates, so they might, when it is 300, they will be able to store their fish and then sell when it's 500 or even more.
We are born to be part of this journey towards peace and prosperity. We have seen and learned that cooperatives are powerful tools for economic empowerment. We shall continue working together for the benefit of all our members.
Ukianza hapa kwa kuungana, kujua kupeana heshima, kufunzwa, na kuna walimu wengi tumefunzwa sana. Kama mimi nimesema kama nimegraduate kwa mambo fulani yenye sikupata kwa shule. Nimefunzwa mambo ya kuweka pesa. Nimefunzwa mambo ya vitabu. Ukiniangalia nikiangalia vitabu, ninajua za kuweka, ninajua za kulipa deni, vitu kama hizo tunafunzwa. Kwa hivyo mkiungana, wewe huwezi saidika peke yako. Ukiwa peke yako hutaona msaada. Hutaona grupu inatoka mahali. Kama kuna mwaka nilipata watu wa kutupea license, driving license, walikuwa kutoka ng'ambo. Kwa vile walisikia kuna kikundi imeungana. Mimi mwenyewe ningeleta mzungu kutoka ng'ambo akuje kunipea license. Kwa hivyo mkiungana, mutaona njia zinafunguka.
As leaders, we know it is our duty to pave the way for progress and change. We must lead by example, demonstrating courage, resilience, and a steadfast commitment to the well-being of our communities, our nation, beyond the call of our offices.
Kwa sababu maisha ya Mpokot, maisha ya Mturkana, maisha ya Msamburu niko muhimu kama maisha ya Mkenya yote ambaye yako na sisi hapa. na tukipata amani pale North Rift, Kenya tutakuwa tumepata amani wote. Adui yetu ni moja, si Mpokot, si Msamburu, si Mturkana. Tupambana na Al-Shabaab huko, KDF waende huko, amani ipatikane pale. Sisi tukue na mahospitali vile umesema, ijazwe huko, watoto wetu watibiwe, wakuwe na afya mzuri, mashule yajazwe huko. Sasa sisi tukuje huko, tufanye research mpaka pale ndani, hata tuishi huko, tukileta suluhisho ya amani na maendeleo huko Pokot, Samburu na Turkana.
We risk everything. We risk our lives, our spouses, our families, every day, every moment to stay in the trenches. Stopping flare-ups, revenge missions, continuous community engagements, and sometimes at a very heavy untold price.
Because now we've seen the approach of meeting the others is the best solution. We have had so many meetings I can count, and we have reduced those kind of things to now criminal activities, small criminal activities. We are still fighting. We have identified the challenges that we have now. We have identified people, we call them the gatekeepers.
Nevertheless, we cannot afford to let fear and mistrust dictate our future. It is time to embrace change and move forward together. We know that God calls us to love one another, to forgive those who have wronged us, and to seek peace in all that we do.
So it's a high time for all the CSOs, for all the NGOs, for all actors to just come together, to pool resources, to complement one another and synergize all the efforts for these people to go and learn. Then another aspect, these people, the herders especially and the Morans, they have shown that goodwill, because that's another weapon. If there's no goodwill for them to transform their mind, it's like a zero game.
We have seen the destruction caused by conflict, but we also see the possibility of a better future. We are ready to embrace change. As leaders, we have a duty to serve our people and work towards their betterment. Let us join hands and build a brighter future for all, but we are clear and determined on exploiting the power of collective action and synergy with every of our friends and stakeholders. For we know, together, they can overcome any obstacle and build a future filled with promise and opportunity.
And this initiative is going to be a life-changing initiative that will be remembered forever by all communities living down the valley, to have been engineered by the Baptist Church, Parklands Baptist Church, and will lead to long-lasting peace. No gun will ever be heard in that valley because of this initiative that touches the people directly.
Our strength lies in our unity. By working together, we can create a ripple effect of positive change that will resonate throughout our region.
So the opportunity to be able to tell new stories and for organizations to be able to apply themselves to bring that change has been tremendous. You look at what is happening, say with family media, these stories that are coming out every day, literally almost every day, telling a new story, a different story. So my charge is that we all have a role to play. It's actually easier because now it's not one organization going to do on their own. There is a vehicle, if you may, that is there is a momentum that has been created, which then makes it easier for all other stakeholders of goodwill who are interested to come on board and do something.
Water and roads will create a haven in our region. Education remains key to unlocking our potential. Through knowledge and empowerment, we can break the cycle of poverty and build a brighter future for generations to come. Education is key to building a peaceful society. We must empower our youth with knowledge and skills to become agents of change. In times of uncertainty, let us turn to faith and prayer. With God's guidance, we can overcome any challenge and emerge stronger than ever before. We may face obstacles along the way, but God chose that we be born there with a purpose. Side by side with our brothers and sisters, and with your support, we are unstoppable. Together, we will navigate this journey towards a brighter future.
The governor and his team opening doors to us, gratitude for what God is going to do in the days to come. We believe that this is the time. Maybe before it was not the right time, but God was gathering his people together, and now is the time. And for me, the church and my people is to say, thank you, Lord. Thank you for what you have done. Thank you for what you're going to do.
Love is the foundation of peace. Let us show compassion, empathy, and understanding towards one another as we strive for a better future. As #LoveEmbraced and Interpeace, we are honored to work alongside such dedicated leaders and community members. Together, we can create lasting peace and prosperity. As leaders, we stand united in our commitment to peace. Let us forge ahead with determination and hope, knowing that together we can build a brighter future for generations to come.
What I see going into the future is a space where more actors can engage. And I think as we continue to have that opportunity opening up, because nobody is being closed out. That's the beauty. It's not about competition, it's about love. And love is universal. It's a language that does no harm. And I think that is what organizations like Interpeace have been able to understand and have been able to facilitate. And with that now we are able to amplify our efforts, we are able to support each other, and we are able to get better outcomes together.
As we bear witness to the remarkable journey of these leaders and their communities, we are reminded of the power of unity, determination, and collective action. Theirs is a story of hope, resilience, and the steadfast pursuit of lasting peace.
Through seeing, through hearing, what they will be able to visualize. I always use Exodus chapter 3, Moses. One time, he was a hunter like this young man. He was a hunter, but one day, he was able to see something different. He was able to hear God calling him, and he was able to listen. And his life turned aloud, and he was no longer a hunter, if I can use that language, because now we are using the hunters here.
Together, we can overcome the challenges that lie ahead. Together, we can build a future filled with hope, opportunity, and prosperity for all. Join us. #LoveEmbraced, championed by Parklands Baptist Church, a clarion platform to engage with the North Rift, welcomes you.